Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to take complex source material. This time, it's a pretty detailed guide on English grammar and really pull out the critical knowledge for you fast and hopefully quite thoroughly. Today, we're tackling, well, let's be honest, probably one of the trickiest tenses in English, the present perfect. You're looking to teach this, or maybe just master it yourself. And look, our goal is to get beyond just memorizing rules. We're going to break down the core structures, yeah, but also pinpoint the key differences and maybe more importantly, get at the sort of linguistic reason behind it all.
Exactly. And what's really interesting, I think, is that the present perfect isn't just about time in the way we usually think about it. It's more about connectivity.
Connectivity.
Yeah. Like, if you think of the simple past as a history book that's closed, the present perfect is more like a live wire.
Yeah.
It runs directly from a past event right into this present moment. If you start thinking of it as the connector tense, I find that really helps unlock the whole concept for learners.
Okay, I like that. The connector tense. So we're not just learning what the rules are, but why English even has this tense. Why we sometimes care more about the now effect than the then moment.
Precisely.
Right, let's start with the basics then, the structure laid out in our source. Before we get into the uses, we have to know how to actually build it. What's the basic formula?
Okay, the fundamental structure is pretty straightforward. It's have or has,
Yeah.
followed by the past participle of the main verb.
Right. Has for he, she, it, have for everything else.
Yep. But hang on a sec. We probably shouldn't just throw around past participle without unpacking it a bit. Not everyone instantly knows what that is.
Good point. Yeah, let's clarify that. What is the past participle?
So it's basically what people often call the third form of a verb. You know, like eat, ate, eaten, see, saw, seen. It's the form we use after have or had. And it's really important because the have or has part, that's just the auxiliary, the helper verb, its job is signaling, hey, this connects to now.
Ah, okay.
While the participle itself is carrying the meaning, the actual action.
Got it. So have is like the signpost saying relevant now. Okay, so once we have that structure down, have, has plus participle, the source guide talks about three main uses. Let's go through them, but maybe give them names that stick.
Yeah, let's try that. The first one, probably the most common one people learn first, let's call it the resume builder.
The resume builder, okay.
Yeah.
What's the idea there?
This is for life experience. Basically, we use the present perfect to talk about things we've done or haven't done at some point in our lives up until right now. The key is the specific time isn't mentioned, or it's just not important. The focus is on the experience itself being part of your life story.
Like, I have visited Paris.
Exactly. I have visited Paris. The point isn't when you went last year or 10 years ago. The point is that experience is on your life resume. It's a fact about you now.
Okay, but hold on. Why wouldn't I just say I visited Paris? What's the difference?
Yeah, that's the classic confusion point. If you say I visited Paris using the simple past, the listener almost expects a time
When?
last summer in 2010. But saying I have visited Paris signals that the experience itself is the point, and it's still a relevant fact about you now. The connection is live.
Okay, that clarifies it. It's about current relevance versus a finished past event. What's the second main use?
Use number 2. Let's call this one the open window.
The open window.
Yeah, because this is for unfinished time periods. The rule is, if an action happened inside a time frame that's still going on, you generally use the present perfect.
So things like this morning, if it's still morning,
Oh.
or this week, today, this year, assuming they're not over yet.
Exactly. If the time window is still open, the action is still connected to the present.
Yeah.
If I say she has worked really hard this week, it implies the week isn't finished.
Okay.
Maybe she's still working hard, or the results of that hard work are still felt now. If I said she worked hard last week, well, that week's over. Done. Window closed.
Right. Simple past for the closed window. Makes sense. And the third use, you said this one is often quite subtle.
It can be, yeah. Let's call this one the visible trace. This is for results that affect the present. The action itself might be finished, totally done, but its consequence is visible or relevant right now.
Ah, okay. Like, the action of dropping my keys happened maybe just a minute ago. It's finished, but the result I can't get in my house is happening now.
Perfect example. I have lost my keys. Why am I telling you this? Because now I'm locked out. The present result is the focus, not the exact moment they slipped out of my hand.
The action explains the current situation.
Precisely. It's the so what for the present moment.
Okay, we've got the structure, we've got the three main uses. Resume builder, open window, visible trace. Now let's really dig into that comparison you mentioned earlier, the big battle. Present perfect versus simple past,
Right.
because they both talk about the past. So
Mm.
what's the absolute single most important dividing line people need to get?
The absolute line is finish time. Always think about finish time. Is the time period completely over?
Like yesterday, last month, in 1999.
Exactly. If you name a specific finish time yesterday, last week, 5 minutes ago, when I was a child, then the simple past is almost always your only choice. The time box is closed.
So I watched that movie yesterday. Finish action, finish time.
Correct. The connection to now is cut. But the present perfect, our connector tense, keeps that connection alive.
How so?
Well, it means either the action has relevance now, like the lost keys example, or the time period itself isn't finished yet.
Ah,
Think
okay.
about this common example. I work at that company for 5 years. Simple past. What does that tell you?
That you don't work there anymore. That 5-year period is over.
Exactly. Finish time, finish job, tenure. But if I just change the tense, I have worked at this company for 5 years.
Ah, that means you still work there. You started 5 years ago and you're still employed there today.
Precisely. The time period, my employment is still open. It stretches up to the present. That one tense change completely alters the meaning about my current reality.
That's a huge distinction. It's not just grammar, it's conveying your current status. Let's try another one that trips people up. What about saying something like, I read 2 books this month?
Well, is the month over?
Let's say, no, it's only the 15th.
Then, I read 2 books this month. Sounds a bit off.
Natural.
Unnatural, usually. Because the time window this month is still open. You might read more books.
Right. The open window rule.
So the more natural standard way to say it would be, I have read 2 books this month. It leaves the possibility open.
So if the opportunity for more action exists within the time frame, we lean towards present perfect. It really does seem like English forces you to constantly signal, is this relevant now?
It does. It often prioritizes the present consequence or the ongoing nature over just stating a past fact chronologically. If something in the past directly explains something happening right now in the conversation, boom, present perfect often steps in.
Okay, this is great. Now let's make it even more concrete. Our source material really emphasized practice with real examples. So we need to hit our target of at least 12 sentences, grounding them in those 3 frames we discussed.
Sounds good. Let's start with the resume builder life experience. Unspecified time, just facts about you up to now. How about these 4? 1, we have never seen snow. A life fact about us. 2, she has met the CEO before, an experience she possesses.
Okay.
3, my cousin has learned to drive, a skill acquired at some point. 4, I have been to Canada twice, part of my travel history.
Right, the when isn't the point. Now for the open window unfinished time periods.
Okay, 4 for this one, focusing on those ongoing time markers. 5, I haven't finished my homework today. Today isn't over yet. 6, they have sold more cars this month than last month. This month is still happening. 7, the weather has been terrible this week. The week continues. 8, he hasn't called me this morning, assuming it's still morning.
Got it. And finally, the visible trace past action, present result.
All right, so what examples? 9, oh no, I've forgotten my umbrella, so now I'll get wet. 10, wow, you have changed your hair. The result is visible right now.
Okay.
11, she has cleaned the kitchen, so now it's clean. 12, they have fixed the computer so we can use it now. The result is we can use it.
Perfect. That covers our 12 across the different uses. Now let's do a quick practice simulation like correcting common mistakes mentioned in the source. I know one I used to make, mixing it with finish times. What if someone says, I have gone to the party last night?
Yep, classic mistake. You've got the live wire, present perfect, trying to connect to a closed box finish time marker last night. They clash.
So what's the fix?
The time marker wins. Because last night is definitively finished, you must use the simple past. The correction is, I went to the party last night. Simple as that. Once the time is finished and stated, present perfect is usually out.
Okay. And what about basic form errors? Like someone says, he have studied a lot. That's a subject-verb agreement issue with the auxiliary. He is third person singular, so it needs has, not have.
Right.
We still want the present perfect, meaning maybe the result is he's prepared for a test now, but the form has to be race. Yeah. So he has studied a lot. Yeah. Those basic grammar rules still apply, even in complex tenses.
Exactly. You got it. Yeah. All right, let's bring it all together. Time for a mini quiz focusing on understanding the context and the implication, not just filling blanks. Ready?
Yep, ready to synthesize. Let's do it.
Question 1. Someone tells you, I have visited Germany. What can you definitely infer about the time they went?
Uh, what you infer is that the specific time isn't important for this conversation, or maybe they've been multiple times, or the experience itself is the point. So the necessary inference is the exact date is not specified or not relevant right now. It's about the experience on their resume.
Perfect. Question 2. Okay, 2 scenarios. Which one requires the simple past? Scenario A, talking about a movie you watched earlier this afternoon, and it's still afternoon. Scenario B, talking about a trip you took in 2015. Okay, let me think. Scenario A, this afternoon is still open, so present perfect is likely. I have watched a movie. Scenario B, in 2015, that year is definitely finished. Close box.
So,
So scenario B requires simple past. I took that trip in 2015. You have to use simple past there.
exactly, highlighting that finished time rule. Question 3. Why would someone choose to say, I lived in London for 5 years using the simple past instead of the present perfect?
By choosing simple past, I lived, they are clearly signaling that they don't live in London anymore. That period of their life living in London is finished.
And if they still live there?
Then they'd have to use present perfect to show the time period is still open. I have lived in London for 5 years, meaning I started 5 years ago and I'm still here now.
Great distinction. Okay, final one, question 4. A bit trickier. You want to explain why your friend Sarah seems really happy right now. Which sentence better emphasizes this present result? A, Sarah passed her exam. B, Sarah has passed her exam.
Ooh, good one. To explain her current happiness, the visible trace right now,
Yeah.
you'd want the present perfect.
So which option?
B, Sarah has passed her exam. That directly links the past event, passing, to the present result, her happiness. Sentence A, Sarah passed her exam, just states a past fact. It could have been yesterday, and maybe she's not happy about it anymore. The present perfect links it to now.
Fantastic. We've really covered a lot today. We started with the basic formula have or has plus the past participle, and we explored those 3 key functions: the resume builder for life experience, the open window for unfinished time, and the visible trace for present results.
Yeah, and I think bringing it back to your goal of getting this knowledge quickly and deeply, understanding the present perfect is more than just ticking a grammar box. It really gives you a much more nuanced way to communicate in English. You know, you shift from just talking about when something happened to really expressing how past events connect to and shape your reality right now. It's kind of the engine driving that sense of nowness in English conversation.
That's a great way to put it. We focused a lot today on the structure and the rules here in English. But maybe a final thought for you, the listener, as you keep exploring language. We talked about the present perfect highlighting connectivity. Think about other languages you know or you're learning. Do they have something similar? A specific way to link past actions firmly to the present moment.
Or do they handle time more chronologically, maybe relying only on variations of the simple past? It raises a fascinating question, doesn't it? Are we ultimately just talking about different ways to structure time, or are we talking about how different cultures view the ongoing significance of our actions?
Something for you to consider next time.